Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Good day, my dear students. I am Ma'am Fredelie Miranda, your teacher in technical drawing. I'm so excited today. I hope that you are too. Join me as we continue our discussion in technical drawing. How did you feel today? Are you happy? Thankful? In love? Relaxed? Or sad? I hope you're happy because we're healthy and alive, and we must be thankful about it. We must be in love every day so that we are always relaxed. And don't be sad because you will learn something new today. Okay? On this lesson, you will learn the following. Number 1, define shading. 2, shade a simple object. And number 3, appreciate shading simple objects. Before we proceed to today's discussion, let's have a recap on the previous lesson first. Did you still recall the lesson on sketching a simple object? I will show you incomplete letters in one word and the definition of it. I want you to complete them, okay? Let's begin. Directions. Complete the letters of the word based on the description given. Write your answer in your quiz notebook. Number 1, 8-letter word. It starts with P and ends with N. A closed figure with 5 sides. If your answer is pentagon, then you are right. Number 2, 6-letter word. It starts with H and ends with T. It is the distance elevation from bottom to top. Did you say height? That's correct. Look at again on the next number. 9-letter word. It starts with S and ends with G. It is a preliminary layout of draft before making into a final drawing. If your answer is sketching, you are absolutely right. Now, let's proceed to number 4. 5-letter word. It starts with W and ends with H. It is the distance from front to rear. Great! The answer is with. Let's proceed to the last one. 6-letter word. It starts with O and ends with G. An elliptical figure which shapes originates from the circle. Awesome! That is oblong. Great job, students! I'm so glad to know that you can still recall the previous topic. I think you are ready for the next part of this lesson. Today, we're going to study on techniques of shading and freehand drawing and sketches. When you heard the term shading, what comes in your mind? Great! Shading is a process that makes a drawing looks real, from flat contour image to a three-dimensional illusion by applying shadow or degrees of light and dark in a picture or drawing. How about a freehand drawing? Very good. It is the ability to draw something without depending on the drawing instruments except for pencil. We have here two figures, A and B. Try to observe. What is the object? Yes, it's a spear. What did you notice? What is the difference between the two spears? Awesome! The source of light on spear A is from the left, while spear B, the source of light is from the right. So, in that case, the darker portion on A is on the right side, while on spear B, the darker portion is on the left side of the object. Therefore, the tone on figure A is from light to dark, while on figure B, it's from dark to light. We have here a value scale. The lightness or darkness of the color. We have here light or highlight, or simply that is white. This is the light. Low light, followed by medium, low dark, dark, and the darkest. The light values represents the surface which receive greatest amount of light. The medium or the medium values represents the surface which receive less amount of light. The darkest value represents the surface very little amount of light. Okay, on this figure, in shading application, the source of light is assumed coming from the upper right corner. From the upper right corner of your drawing paper, and the rays of light are imagined to be inclining approximately, that is 45 degrees. Okay, if the source of light is on the upper right of your drawing paper, this portion receive high light compared to this portion. This is the darkest part if your source of light is coming from the upper right. Did you follow? Great! Let's proceed to the methods of shading application. The first one is line shading. It is a technique showing the various shades of an object using lines. Okay, if you notice on our object, we use lines. On this portion, that is the location of our light here, and this is the darker portion. The closer the lines, that is the darker portion or less light. This is the more light on line shading. Okay, next we have stippling. It is applied by dabbing the pencil point or pen to produce dots on the surface of an object. Okay, if you notice the values or the shading part on this object, they use dots. The closer the dots, the less light. Okay, this is more light appears on this portion. Okay, next is number 3, mixed shading. Okay, it is called a mix because it applies both the lines and the dotted shading. Okay, however, the lines and dotted shading must not be applied to the same surface of the object. Okay, for example, here on this surface, on the front view, surface 1 and 2 is being projected. If you're going to apply here the dotted or the stippling, the two surfaces, you will apply stippling. Okay, if you want line shading, you can apply this portion. If you're going to project on this direction, that is the right side view. This surface is being projected 1 and 2. Okay, you're going to apply line shading. Do not mix on one surface both line shading and stippling or the dotteds. Okay, it should be on this portion for the right side and another surface. Okay, then the last one is continuous tone shading or the smudge shading. This is applied by using powdered graphite or lid of pencil. Okay, here, this is the darker portion or the darkest. It received low light compared to this portion. This portion received high light. Okay, from light to dark, or in vice versa, from dark to light. Okay, that is the continuous tone shading or the smudge. If you're going to apply here, this is the darkest portion. Okay, because the source of light is coming from the upper left of the drawing paper. Okay, did you get it? Very good, students. I guess you are now getting hang of this activity. Let's keep going. This time, let's have a drill. Are you ready? Directions. Identify what kind of shading is used for the following sketches. Write L for line shading, S for stippling, M for mixed shading, and C for continuous or smudge shading. Write your answer in your quiz notebook. Number 1. What is your answer? Let's check. The correct answer is S. Stippling. That's right. Number 2. What is your answer? Let's see. The answer is L. Line shading. If you get it right, that's a good job. If not, don't worry. 3 more to go. Let's keep going. Number 3. What is your answer? Let's check. The answer is C. You are absolutely correct. Next. Number 4. Done? Let's see. The answer is L. I hope you got it right, students. And now for the last item. If your answer is M, you are absolutely correct. Everybody did great. On your performance task, sketch the given model below using the given measurements in centimeter. Use bond paper and apply continuous tone shading. Make a screenshot of your performance task and study the scoring rubric. Okay. The length of the object is 8 centimeter. The width is 7 and the height is, overall height is 9. Okay. The rubrics or the scoring rubrics, the criteria are accuracy of construction, quality of lines and shading, neatness. Okay. Excellent for 4. Very satisfactory, 3. Satisfactory is 2. Then poor or needs improvement is 1. All in all, the highest possible score of your performance task is 12 points. Okay. Plus additional points on your work. The highest possible score is 20 points. Are you done for the screenshot? Good. Let us remember, shading is a process that a drawing looks real from a flat contour image to a three-dimensional illusion. There are many options that can change the appearance of a drawing. Lines, dots, mixed lines and dots, and continuous or smudge are the only sum of the methods of shading. Source of light is also factor to be considered in applying tones or value of shading. Now, let's proceed to the next part of our lesson. Let us check if you really understood today's discussion. Directions. Choose the letter of the best answer. Write your answer in your quiz notebook. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 1. It is a combination of both the dotted and line shading. A. Mixed. B. Continuous. C. Line. D. Stippling. The correct answer is A. That's right. Next, number 2. A kind of shading which is done by using powdered graphite or lead of pencil. A. Mixed. B. Continuous. C. Line. D. Stippling. The answer is B. If you got it right, that's a good job. If not, don't worry. 3 more to go. Let's keep going. Number 3. It represents the surface which receives the greatest amount of light. A. Dark. B. Highlight. C. Low dark. D. Medium. If your answer is B, you are absolutely correct. And now, for number 4. It is applied by dabbing the pencil or pen to produce dots on the surface of the object. A. Mixed. B. Continuous. C. Line. And letter D. Stippling. The answer is letter D. I hope you got it right, students. For the last item, number 5. It is used for marking guide within outlines to suggest three-dimensionality, and it is applied in a variety of tones or values. A. Drafting. B. Sketching. C. Shading. Letter D. Drawing. And the answer is letter C. Everybody did great. For your assignment, make an advanced reading on your self-learning module week 6 and answer the following questions. Number 1, list down drawing tools, materials, and instruments. Number 2, what are the proper care and maintenance of drawing tools, materials, and instruments? You can use the references self-learning module week 6 and CBLM grade 7 technical drawing. See you in our next video lesson. I hope you learned from me today. Thank you so much for staying with me. You did a wonderful job. Once again, I'm Teacher Fredly Miranda. It's been a pleasure being with you today. Keep safe, everyone. Bye. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell button for more updates and more upcoming video lessons. Bye, babies!